Danny Kaye continues to shout out for masks. The singer is the co-founder of Shout South Africa, a non-profit organization that is now part of an initiative called Shout for Masks that is helping to raise money to buy masks for health workers. It was launched earlier this month. Danny Kaye joining us via Skype. Thank you very much. Danny, tell us about Shout for Masks and how it's going thus far.
Well, I think it's trying times for all South Africans. We know how difficult and unprecedented the situation is that we find ourselves. And as a non-profit, we join with so many other non-profits around the country in trying to, I guess, inject some positivity. And the area we've selected to do that in is providing much needed masks, protective gear for our doctors and nurses that are in short supply of these life-saving assets. And we erected a website, Shout for Masks, the numeral 4, where we're calling on the public to donate so that we in turn can give these masks over. And yeah, it's been about a week since we launched, and it's been going incredibly well. We're seeing amazing response from South Africa. We're very grateful for that.
Well, tell us about that response, because I understand people can donate 100 Rand and get a selection of masks, or there are these corporate packages, silver, gold, platinum. Just tell us the various options.
Yeah, I think there's two critical components of our campaign. The first was availability, and the second is affordability. So we wanted to not only step up and offer the South African public the best price or bang for their buck in buying these masks, and with the help of a company, our procurement company, SMD Technologies, we're able to procure these masks from around the world at cost price. That's a very important, I guess, silver bullet in this campaign is the cost price of our masks. So your money achieves maximum impact. And the availability component is also equally as important. So we couldn't launch this and not have masks readily available. Next week, we'll see our first freight landing of our masks, and we'll start distributing. So corporates, private citizens alike can go on the site, whether it's 100 Rand or one of our corporate packages. It really is up to them. And for the corporates out there, you get a Section 18A certificate. We know that's important. As a non-profit, we can offer that to you. So we're asking South Africans and corporate South Africa to give as generously as they can.
Yeah. How many masks procured thus far? And, you know, I guess this need could become endless. Do you have a good supply from these factories?
We've got an unlimited supply. We're on about, I'd guess, about 600,000-700,000 Rand in a week, which we believe is just the beginning. We think that corporate South Africa's involvement is really going to skyrocket that number up. And as you say, it really is how long is a piece of string. Another thing that people should be very acutely aware of is that these masks have a lifespan. So your medical grade N95, FFP sort of level mask, that only has, from what we've researched, about a 72-hour lifespan, and a surgical 3-ply mask can have about a 4 or 5-hour lifespan. So the need is going to continue to arrive, and the demand is certainly going to be there. So we want to try and help our frontline heroes really by providing them with the most protection we can.
Looking at the headlines, I mean, it's incredible. Even in places like New York, the Big Apple nurses sort of complaining that they don't have the resources they need. Do you think it's possible that we can avoid a situation like that?
I mean, it just must be so scary. You know, we think of these doctors and nurses like us with families, dependents, loved ones, and we're sitting at home and they're out there in the trenches dealing with COVID-19. So it really is incumbent on us to do whatever we can to make them safe. We certainly hope we don't end up in a situation where we cannot provide masks. I think that is the situation we find ourselves in, actually, because we're inundated on our Facebook page, on Twitter, Instagram, with doctors and nurses saying, please, I'm at a hospital, I don't have a mask. And I think our government is trying, but the world is putting huge pressure on these factories to get these masks out. And we're just lucky that in SMD Technologies, a fantastic company with offices in around the world, actually, but in this case in Hong Kong and in Shenzhen, China, we're able to have a reliable source of these masks at great prices.
And who else are you getting involved? Who else has put their hand up amongst musicians and celebrities? Could this become even bigger and extend to other resources?
Yeah, I mean, Shout has always been an NGO that's leveraged off of influencers. You know, we did 3 songs famously that raised money for our education, our library project. And here we find ourselves battling COVID-19. We certainly didn't expect to launch this, and it was credit to our team. I must use this opportunity to thank a creative agency like Network BBDO, who stepped up to the plate and in 24 hours built this beautiful website for us at absolutely no cost. All the stakeholders that have rallied around Shout for Masks. And the celebrities, you know, absolutely. We've had them give us shout outs using the hashtag Shout for Masks on Instagram, using their influence. And we're very, very grateful for that support.
All right. Hopefully this yields many, many masks. Thank you very much. That was singer and co-founder of Shout SA, Danny K.